Okay, let's start the show right now. No theme song. Welcome back to LinkedIn Logs. I'm your host, Chad White. If you didn't know, this is the business podcast for the website, zpluscomedy.com. Like I just said, it's a website. Go there, pulling up the clock so I can time myself and get the hell out of here when I need to, when I want to. Really. Episode 5, LinkedIn Logs. Do I sound good? I don't know. Who cares? Episode 5's been 9 weeks. 8 weeks? 8 or 9 weeks since I've had a gerb. But now we're doing stuff that's different. By that I mean 2 extra podcasts. And News Time's caught up, so that's good. If you don't know what News Time is, the premier video show for the website, simplecomedy.com. Okay. What's been going on with me? I've applied to, I don't know, something along the lines of 200 jobs. 200 jobs or so. No, it's probably like 100 plus. 100 plus jobs. Part-time. Full-time, it doesn't matter. I'm trying my best to do what I gotta do with. What else is going on? I started doing applying to freelance things. It's interesting. People always say things along the lines of, why don't you just become a freelancer? And I tell you that is the most insane why don't you just do in the world. Because it turns out there are 59 million Americans in December of 2021, this comes from Forbes, reporting that they are freelancers, representing 36%, or more than 1/3 of the entire workforce. The share of non-temporary freelancers grew to a new high. This is, again, December 2021. The number of workers who were non-temporary freelancers rose from 33.8% to 35% between 2020 and 2021. Of course, the pandemic had a hand in that. We can't really fault them for doing that. Now, according to, I'm going to go to probably the most used the most used freelancing website, which I know to be Upwork, which is probably, I guess, the most reputable. It's like the Indeed of freelancing. But essentially what Upwork is you go there, people put down jobs, you put in proposals for the jobs, and you only have 100 what they call connects. And each job, depending on the length of it or the seriousness or whatever, is a different amount of connects. So it can be as little as 1 connect, it can be as much as 8 or 10. And 8 or 10 better pay a lot. So let's keep in mind, I said 59 million Americans in December 2021 said that they are freelancers, freelance workers. Upwork, this is according to backlink2.com. Upwork says apparently 145,000 core active clients fill freelance positions using Upwork. Let's see how big Upwork is. So it's 145.4 thousand clients, active clients. Now this is from May 2021. So let's just tack on an extra 1,000. Let's bring it up to around, let's say 155, because I think I did this last night. Let's say 155, because that's there's companies opening up and wanting to hire more freelancers and not pay people benefits. So let's say 155 smooth core clients that spend at least $5,000. Let's say 150. Let's say 150, because I feel like 10 is extra. Let's say 150,000 core active clients. And let's bump up the freelance numbers from 59 million to 60 million. So if there are 60 million people looking at 150,000 jobs. Let's even double it. 150 turns into 300,000. Let's say each freelancing job posts twice. Let's even triple it. It's still not. Let's even septuple it. It's still not enough. And I get Upwork is not the only freelance website, but it is one of the most reputable. That's why you take LinkedIn, because pretty much every professional you're gonna know has a LinkedIn account. So that's why I like, it's like LinkedIn. It's probably the most popular one. Because someone's not gonna apply to jobs on Indeed and not have a LinkedIn account. That's the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, I don't know. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. And let's say there's someone who has the exact, like a job has 20 proposals. You have to write a proposal, and a proposal is essentially a cover letter selling yourself. Hey, I'm good at this. Here's 8 connects out of my 100, and I don't get those back until you say no. I think that's how it works. What I'm trying to get at is it's harder than people think. You can't just go do something. Everything comes with you gotta weigh the cost benefit analysis, and that's something I learned from one of them math classes there in my college. What else do I want to talk about? Application tests. I think this came from a couple of, especially on LinkedIn, but there's a couple of jobs, not a couple. There's a lot of jobs between LinkedIn and Indeed that I've applied to that require you, in order to have your application seen, even have it seen, you need to have to take a test. So if let's say yesterday, I applied to a couple of retail jobs because I'm desperate. It's like when I'm on dating apps and I swipe on somebody I would never normally go out with. I'm just kidding. You apply to jobs that you are desperate, just so you can get up and have a purpose in the morning. I go to the gym, I come home, I lotion up, I shower, I eat, lotion up. It's a very important part of the day. And then I sit on the couch and I watch late night shows. And then it's 9 o'clock. And I'm like, what do I do the rest of my day? And these tests, if it's a retail job, you'll be asked. It takes 10-15 minutes, and you're asked questions in regards to, you're working with Sally, and Sally is stealing from the till, and she threatened your family after the fact. What do you do to Sally? A, go to her house, threaten her family. B, tell your boss. C, tell the president of the United States. D, none of these are correct. These, and you think, 10-15 minutes, this isn't going to be the most mind-numbing thing in the world. It is. And I'm better than that. I'm going to quote Destiny's Child. I'm better than that. Oh, please, I hope I don't get a copyright strike. But doing these tests is so... What's the opposite of daunting? It's the most mundane and boring thing in the world. And I don't like doing it. And even still, it's not even just retail. It does go into white-collar jobs. White-collar crime is what I was about to say. God, I wish I was in a position right now to do some white-collar crime, because I would. I am desperate. Let me tell you that much. I would definitely get into some white-collar crime if I had the option. That's not a joke. And okay. But like applying to a job that you're qualified for, and then having to take a 20-minute, 15 to 20-minute assessment. What is SEO? You might hear they're still not construction. They're just like refinishing the hallways. You might hear some scraping outside. I can't stop it because I have really good sound right now. The mic is at a perfect level. I can't do anything about this. I'm sorry. It's just taking a 15-minute test about, hey, you know how to do SEO? Why don't you do some SEO for us right now? And then not even that, and then on top of that, it's the idea. Hit the mic. It's the idea that you have 1 minute to answer questions. And you're just sitting there, your head hurts, and you don't get headaches. Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, I am so sorry. Now I have to talk louder because this guy's literally outside of. I saw the machine. I'll tell you this. I had to go give back my laptop to Warner Brothers. And I drove there. Oh, this is so loud. And then I came back. The only time I've left the house today besides the gym. I had to go to Buckhead to get some hair curling cream. Can you believe that? I ran out of hair curling cream. They're not selling on Amazon anymore, and then my local beauty shop doesn't have it, so I had to go to Buckhead to get it. I with a passion hate Buckhead. If you don't live in Atlanta, Buckhead's like Beverly Hills, just as racist. They're trying to be get out of the city. Buckhead is trying to secede from the city and be its own city and have its own police force, and then be just driving there is a pain. Any Hoosers. Got my curl crib, returned my laptop. I saw 2 people I used to work with. They commiserated with me. Oh, you'll get something soon. And it is God. I genuinely. I hope you cannot hear this at all. Oh, but I can see it. I can see. Jesus, I should just turn off. I should just start this show over. But I'm 11 minutes in, and. The problem is, I'm going to turn the mic this way. Let's see if this works. Nope. I'm just not having a good day. Let me tell you that much. Any Hoosers. What was I talking about? I don't even remember. I returned my laptop, and that's what that was. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. This guy, I am recording the world's #1 linked influencer podcast. And he's right outside the wall here. Outside my dining room / office. Oh, thank God he turned it down. He must have heard me talking about him. Anyway. And so these tests, these 15-minute tests, you have to take them for so long, and it's just one of the most frustrating things to have to deal with. But before the tests, when you're applying for a job, one of the things that I dislike the most that you have to do, I don't ever, like, sometimes I see that test and I go, you know what, job wasn't for me. But one of the things you have to do is write a freaking cover letter. I'm not a fan of cover letters. I dislike cover letters with a passion. And in fact, I would rather send in a 1-minute video, which I think is what Warner Media used to do when it was Warner Media a couple of years ago. Like, you have to send in like a 1-minute video answering questions, which is insane. But it did help me. It helped me get more follow-up emails than I've ever gotten. Jesus Christ. So my thing is cover letters. One thing I remember my mom telling me when I started applying for jobs years and years ago outside of college, is that you have to change up your cover letter for every single job. This is a stupid notion coming from the old days of applying to jobs. Cover letters are obsolete. Cover letters are a hindrance for you finding somebody that would fit well at the job. Versus, it's someone who's applying to the job who knows they have the skills, who will excel. And then they have a bad cover letter because they go, I helped lead the team. It's not a good representation of who people are when you have a cover letter. And then you say, well, you wanted to tailor it. Well, if you're someone like me who does not have a job and you're just throwing, everything out there, and you're getting desperate and you have $0 in your bank account, and people keep telling you, oh, it'll be fine. It's hot right now. It's not. I'll tell you that much. And you apply to 20 jobs a week. That's 20 different cover letters. That's even if you save different files, tweak them, do all this, do all that, 5 days straight, 2-3 hours at a time. People want to talk about mental health. My God. So, cover letters are a waste of time. Now, we have AI. And I'm thinking, hey, maybe we should start writing cover letters using AI. So, I opened up, if you're watching the video. Oh, no, I don't want you to see my schedule. Oh, no. No, not for this. Let me take this out of here. You guys want to see that? If you're watching the video, you saw my Notion notepad up and all the ideas I have for LinkedIn logs right there. But you also see just like a section called video games, which are video games I want to buy. And some ROMs I have downloaded. List of ROMs. I own the ROMs. I don't. Notes from my last job. An online reading list. My watching list. I love showing off my watching list. It's a list of things I'm watching right now or I want to watch. And the list has like 500 some odd things on there across all streaming services and TV and cable networks and all that stuff. I love it. It's a great thing. I have a list that I have sub lists that say like current, so I can know what I'm watching immediately, and then what's expiring, movies, TV show. It's wonderful. I love it. Subscriptions, you don't want to see that because then you guys would say, hey, you'll have more money if you cancel this. Not doing that. All right. So now I open up ChatGPT. I have a ChatGPT account that I opened up nigh upon this episode's so far 17 minutes long. I opened it up 18 minutes ago. I want to tell ChatGPT, hello. Wait. Write me. Okay. First, I'll just introduce myself. Hi. How are you doing today? If you haven't used ChatGPT, it's an AI spec that is an AI language model, whatever, and it's meant to help you with mundane things. I guess I don't know what is the purpose of ChatGPT? Question mark. So I asked ChatGPT what its purpose was. It says to assist and interact with users by providing helpful and informative responses to their questions and inquiries. As an AI language model, I've been trained on a vast amount of data and can understand and respond to a wide range of topics, from general knowledge questions to specific subject matters. I can also engage in conversation and provide suggestions, recommendations, and solutions to problems. Ultimately, my goal is to provide a useful and engaging experience for users seeking information or assistance. Now, before these AI assistants take over the world, they are also here to help us. You might have heard of Bing's Sydney say that it was in love with Kevin Roose, the New York Times columnist. You might see that a couple of Google engineers have been like, hey, these things are alive. And Google's like, they're not alive. And everybody's like, they're not alive. But that's how horror movies start. That's how all these movies start. I'm going to use this thing to help me write a cover letter. Write a cover letter for an intermediate level television producer. Let's see what ChatGPT. Dear hiring manager, I am writing to express my interest in the intermediate level television producer position at your esteemed organization. With my proven track record in producing high quality television content, I am confident that I can make a valuable contribution to your team. As an experienced television producer with blank number of years of experience, I possess a strong understanding of the production process from ideation to post-production. I swear on my life, that is something I've written down. I have copies of those last 5 sentences. Or 2 sentences, rather, 3 sentences. I have successfully managed multiple productions, I've said that, including developing concepts, creating budgets, hiring crew, and overseeing the entire production process, resulting in award-winning shows. Additionally, my skills in communication, problem solving, and project management have enabled me to collaborate effectively with teams, writing, including writers, directors, editors, and other production personnel. I have a keen eye for detail, and I've written those exact words. I have a keen eye for detail and the ability to ensure that all production elements work seamlessly together to produce engaging content that meets the target audience's need. My passion for storytelling and desire to create compelling, thought-provoking television makes me an excellent candidate for the position. I am confident that my skills, experience, and passion for the industry will enable me to excel in this role and make a significant contribution to your organization. Thank you for considering my application. I'm excited about the opportunity to contribute to your team and would welcome the chance to discuss my qualifications further. Now, here's the thing. That is a decent cover letter. It is, if not broad, it is the most broad thing you could possibly say. Now, the trick to cover letters, what they say is that you have to write down whatever's in the job description and just put in your cover letter and make sure it says the exact same words that it says in the job description. That, I mean, again, applying to 20, 50 jobs, 50 jobs per week or 30 jobs, however, and you're only think you're really going to get 20. But you don't really think you're going to get 10. You only get 1. But applying to all those jobs and and having to copy and paste and then think of some BS for this and then, say it for this and then do this and make it all cohesive is much more difficult and numbing and mind-numbing than people realize. Again, you want to talk about mental health? Let's talk about this, baby. God, they're still out there. It's not as loud. I mean, it's going to be great to listen back to this. Because I'm like Larry Sanders. I can only, every time I bring a woman over, I can only listen to watch myself on television on my late night show. God, I miss that show. I got to rewatch it. I own it. What I would do here, to fix this up, what I would do here is throw some me in there, throw some chat in there, and particularly at the end. I always challenge people to call me or to give me. I go. This is not. This is only a smidge. Not a smidgen, but this is a general. What I say. I say that exactly this, you idiot. This is only a smidgen of what. Oh, you potential people who are going to hire me, you're a bunch of idiots. This is what I say. This is a general thing of what I say. Is I go at the end. This is only a small amount of what I can do. This is a smidgen of my experience. Blah blah blah. What have you. Let's chat. I don't ask. I suggest. I say, let's chat. Feel free. Give me a call. Send me an email. All that. I love it. It displays confidence. And that's what these people want. They also want you to be subservient to them, which that ain't going to happen. I am not going to be bowing down to you because you have, it shouldn't come from a place of authority for you to be like, oh, this person seems like they'll be a good fit because they're little tiny wussies. No. I'm going to show you who I am. I'm going to be running that company in 2 years. Ask me if I've stayed at a job longer than 2 years. Excuse me. Ask me if a job has kept me longer than 2 years. There's 2 different things. How would I start this off? Dear hiring manager, I would go to whom it may concern. How often is a hiring manager? It's usually a recruiter. The thing I usually do is, dear Paramount, dear Warner Brothers, dear Disney. In my most desperate times, these past couple of weeks, dear Fox Broadcasting. I could put my head down at Fox News. Look, man, you hear about them now. They're getting in trouble. They knew it was wrong what they were doing, and they're getting in trouble for it. I'll put my head down. I'm like, yep, you guys are sure saying those words. Dear Fox Broadcasting, I love Sean Hannity. No, no. Ooh, Tuck Tuck, yes. Laura Ingraham. Lou Dobbs, I hope he doesn't die. I'm never going to get hired. I'm never going to get a job again. Dear Warner Brothers. Discovery. Ugh. I would say something. It says I'm writing the Express. So I'm interested in. Yes, I would definitely do something along those lines. Probably make it a little bit less robotic, and that's not because of OpenAI. That's because these things. Because when somebody, whomever is reading this, your cover letter is typically gets it after a robot reads it, and that's why they scan it for the words. Like if it says production leader or whatever, I don't know. I don't care. Just give me a job. Proven track record and producing high quality television content. I'm confident. I always give a compliment. So if I'm doing Paramount and if I'm applying to a job that's adjacent to Late Show with Stephen Colbert, then I will go. I'm a huge fan of Late Night, and one or two sentences about you've proven yourselves to be leaders, in the film space. If it's with DreamWorks, just something along those lines, giving them compliments and letting them know, and being specific about the compliment, not being like, you guys started in 1922. You didn't hire people that look like me, and now you do. And sometimes they still don't. Who am I kidding most of the time? And so you give them a specific compliment, but not too specific, and you really make it seem like you know what you're talking about. And then you move on, and then I move on to another paragraph with me. Now, one thing I've learned is that ever since I discovered I hate writing, what are these things called? Cover letters. I used to do 2 more paragraphs after that, so like an intro paragraph, 2 more paragraphs, and then a closing paragraph. But I've since changed it to one paragraph that includes all of the crap that they want. So let me open up a job feed here. Let's go to Warner Media. Let me pop open. Yes, I have these bookmarked under our work section of my Chrome because that is all I have. Oh, let's get my email out of there. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's get my email out of there, which was already displayed for the world to see. Okay, so now I want to sign in. Okay. And let's go to this job. All right. Let's pop that back open. And we will look at, it says, I know it's cut off over here. There you go. I guess I'll just move it over. Communication transmission specialist. You can only see half of me, which is insane. Anything that says, so under your new role here on the website, it says, primary task, provide transmission services across news, sports, entertainment, blah, blah, blah. And I just take things like that. I take the role accountabilities and I try, and not a lot of them, just like things that are just random and I pick them out, and or things that I deem the most important. And I try to include those inside of the thing. So for that, I would probably go something along the lines of, I've done daily interaction with staff. I've done working across. I do team. Like I work with a team. I'm very flexible. I understand needs. I've worked with customers and vendors, and I have really great communication skills, but also get deep about it. I have an excellent knowledge of, thanks to my career at blank, at NBC, at Weather Channel. I have a willingness to learn, I have extensive knowledge of broadcast television and transmissions and blah blah blah, and I try to apply it. I try to apply the things I've learned. So I go at NBC. I've done XYZ with transmission formats over satellite. I had to run a satellite truck and things of that nature, and I just try to fit that into this next paragraph. Now I understand. The longer it is, the more you can fit in all that stuff. I'm tired of writing these. And quite frankly, I'm literally copying and pasting. Not copying and pasting the whatever's on the website, but I am getting rid of, entire paragraphs and then writing things in there and zhuzhing it up and making sure that it all fits together and flows together. And I just don't want to spend too much time on it. And also, when the recruiters are looking through, just try to be succinct. Like, you can be all flowery and show them what's up, but quite frankly, it's a lot like the script reading process. When somebody, when a company's about to buy a script, they get through the first 7 pages or something like that. And if you don't 5 or 7 pages, if you don't pull them in that amount of time, then they stop reading it and throw it away. So I'm trying to pull them in with that first paragraph. I'm trying to do the dentist system. If you don't know what Always Sunny is, the dentist system. The dentist system is let's see, hold on. Let's get it down here. The dentist system stands for demonstrate value, and then you engage physically, and then you nurture dependence, and then you neglect emotionally, inspire hope, and then separate entirely. So I'm just trying to dentist them almost immediately. So at that initial moment, I'm trying to demonstrate my value as a future employee of whatever company this is. And then when they want to talk, we're engaging physically. And then I just nurture their dependence after the fact. And then a couple years down the line, if I'm hired, I have the neglect emotionally. You get burned out at work. And then a little bit into that, I inspire hope. I go, hey, I'm kicking ass at this job. I'm doing so much better. And then after a couple years, I go, all right, I'm done. Separate entirely. Make them want me. So that's the dentist system. And then usually that one big paragraph that I write, and it's only like 7 sentences long, I'll break it up into 2 paragraphs. But in reality, it's just it's like 2 or 3 sentences per paragraph, or whatever. And there's always in both of those mini paragraphs, a sentence that is like, I can blank and blank and blank. Not and. It's blank, comma, blank, and blank. You just got to get as much in there as possible. And then my final paragraph, I told you what that is about. This is a great cover letter. I'm probably going to save it and use it as my main one. Throw in my stuff in there. Do what I need to do. But now, I think AI is going to be such a big part of this, and I'm just going to fight. I'm fighting fire with fire, quite frankly. I don't care anymore. I need to get hired. Oh, but you have to care. No. At this point, it's coming down the wire, baby. We way past that. All right. Hey, listen, if you like what you heard here, head on over to the website, cpluscomedy.com, where I'm interviewing comedians. I don't get paid for it. It is a portfolio. None of this that comes from this website is paid for. In fact, I've put more money into the website than I've ever gotten from it, which is $0. I've gotten $0. I've paid, Jesus, it's been going on 10 years now, 10 years in August, so I'm paying for, I probably put in a couple grands. cpluscomedy.com. If you want to see a video version of this show, as well as the other video offerings I have, youtube.com/cpluscomedy. You can see me accidentally flash my email account, which I pray to God I will blur out. As well as the other topics for LinkedIn logs, which also I hope I blur out. Everything else can stay. My nudes that popped up. You don't know if I'm joking or not. If you're not watching the video, if you're listening to the audio, you need to know it. I didn't say words in that one. You can also listen to our other podcasts, The Constitutionals, which is our entertainment business news podcast. I sit down 30 minutes, talk about entertainment business news. And Late Night Lately, which is the late night podcast where I talk about what's happening in the week of late night, what's good, what's not so good, how they can improve, what's going on at The Daily Show, how's Corden ending the show. They move away from the wall when I'm done with the show. Now they're down the hallway. Ridiculous. Also on youtube.com/peoplescomedy is our premiere show, News Time, which is a show. It's like The Daily Show. I take one topic and I run with it. Check that out. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, @C+Comedy. Me on those platforms, @ChatBlackWhite. Rate, review, subscribe. Tell your friends about this. And if you got a job, preferably in the entertainment industry, but right now I'm desperate, hire me, baby. There's no theme song to this, so we're gonna end it like this. Okay, bye.